me. I don't know what it is wherever you are, but welcome. Let me know in chat if everything's okay. We've got good picture and audio. I'm just going to adjust my screen down. Just hang on to your chairs for a second. There we go. All right, how's that? All looking good, I hope. Hope everyone's well. I see a couple in chat. We've got a few popping in now. That's great. Yeah, so here we are, live from Chiang Mai in northern Thailand. Always is, because this is where I always am, although in future that will change. You know, this is discovering Thailand, not discovering Chiang Mai. So eventually I will be exploring out beyond here, and we'll cover other areas throughout Thailand for sure. So, but that's a little bit off, time off, a bit away from now, so we'll see how we are. Anyway, give us a quick g'day, type something in chat. There's Hobby Time. How are you, mate? Good to see you again on this stream. I was on earlier, wasn't I? So, fantastic. So I'm just here at the hotel that I was going to do a live stream from. The reason I made this the location is for the last couple of days I've been doing it from home, and it's just gotten a bit boring. But because it's wet season and we've had quite a bit of rain recently, I've decided that I'll just go somewhere that I know is going to be quiet and good, and I don't have to worry if it's pouring down with rain. Poetry, hello, how are you? A new name in chat. Where are you? Let us know where you're from. Good to have you here. Hello, Oregon Steve. How are you, mate? And Anthony Jones is there. Morning to you too. And there's All Tied Up. How are you, buddy? Good, good. My one and only subscriber, well, member of the channel. For those out there who aren't, become a member. Hit that join button for the cost of a cappuccino a month. That's all it is. We'll talk about that. I've actually got a cappuccino ordered, and I've got a toasted, or a grilled ham and cheese sandwich coming too, which, being at this Centara hotel here, is going to be a little bit more expensive than what I would pay out on the streets in other places. I think it works out, it's costing me about $10, which is, I think back in Australia you'd pay a bit more than that for a large cappuccino and a toasted sandwich. In a beautiful place like this, I'll turn the camera around in a sec. Model Tank Guy, how are you, buddy? Yes, I know where you are. Saskatchewan in Canada, yes. Yeah, I know. Look, poor old All Tied Up is feeling lonely. He needs another member to join him. There's Michael Ferguson. Hello from New Zealand. You're a new subscriber. Thank you, mate. Thank you for subscribing. Good to have you on in chat. That's great. Yak Lama is there. Hello from Melbourne. Back to Chiang Mai tomorrow. Good on you, mate. Hope you have a good flight. It's nice here. The temperature's really good. We have rain, of course, but actually today's quite a nice day. I'll show you out the window. It's looking quite good. So yeah, it's really good. Oh, here comes my grilled sandwich cup. Good. Thank you. Thank you. You want to see that? There we go. So there's my grilled. Oh, I could probably hold it up, it'd be better. There we go. Ham, cheese, grilled sandwich. There we go. Like I said, a little bit more expensive than outside. I mean, a 7-Eleven, all right, this is probably better quality than a 7-Eleven. But this was 110 Thai baht, okay, so we're looking at about $5 to $6 Australian, about $5.50 Australian, maybe about $3 US. Whereas if I went to 7-Eleven, you could pick one up for about 42 baht, I think it is, 42 baht for a toasty in 7-Eleven. So I'm going to eat in front of you. Sorry about that, people, but this is my breakfast here. All right. That's good. That's very nice. And here comes my cappuccino. Thank you. Later, yeah. Thank you. Very good. So we've got a nice mud hot cappuccino. And the reason I said later is because there's a problem with Bangkok Bank. I don't know if you're in Thailand and you're watching from this, and if you've got the Bangkok Bank app on your phone, it won't open up for some reason. And she said there's been a problem this morning, people trying to use Bangkok Bank app for some reason. So I've got to pay for this somehow. So I'll pay for that later. But yeah, it's very nice and very nice. Yeah, the bread's nice too. It's like that focaccia type bread. Really nice. Hey, Joe Lord 13. Ciao from Reggio Emilia. You've got to say that with an accent, don't you? In Italy. Welcome, mate. Welcome. And like I said to, who was that? Someone else, anyone who just became a subscriber, thank you for that, because we're getting close to 2,000 subscribers on the channel. I think we're about 25 short of 2,000 subscribers, so I'm looking forward to that big party. Yeah. So what else? I'm just scrolling down through chat here so I don't miss anything. Oregon Steve, yes, I said hello. All good. I'm catching up. So yeah, Italy. Wow, how's the weather in Italy? Never been to Italy. Almost. I had planned to until things didn't happen, unfortunately. So it's actually a nice day. Yeah. Michael's saying, I hope when I'm ready to come to Thailand, it's still value for money. Oh, it always will be. It will be. Good. Yeah, it's always going to be good value here. Let me, yeah. So anyway, I found a nice quiet place all to myself. No background music, I don't have to worry about that. And I'll just turn the camera and show you quickly where I am and what it looks like here. The Centara is quite a big hotel here. I don't know if it's maybe a 5-star, 4 or 5-star. I'm in the lobby bar at the moment, and way over the back there is where I bought and ordered my toasted sandwich and coffee. And if we have a quick look out the window here, you can see there's a little bit cloudy, but it's otherwise quite all right. And I don't know if you can probably just make out that we're on the river. Ping River is flowing past and going down there in the distance. It's actually, I don't know if you can see down there, but there's some rapids down there where some of the branches and that have got caught up because it's flowing really fast. And it's come up fairly high because of the rain we've had. So, otherwise the weather's been fine. It's a really nice time of the year. If you get a day without rain, it's worth it. Michael's saying New Zealand is fairly expensive. Thailand looks an attractive retirement option for my wife and I when we hit 50. Yeah, that's right. And with the new destination Thailand visa, you don't even have to wait till you're 50. There's that option as well now. Making a mess, aren't I? Serviettes, look at that. But they have their own monogrammed serviettes. But just a serviette is something you don't see in Thailand. I've been here since the end of February, and that right now I think that's the first time I've seen a serviette, because all the cafes and restaurants everywhere else use toilet paper rolls in a little plastic container on the table, where you just pull out a piece and rip it off, and that's your serviette. What scares me a little is the access to the 800k in the Thai bank account. Yes, Look, it's no big deal. I don't know your situation if you've been here before, but if there's any chance you're coming over before your retirement, like maybe just coming to check out places where you want to live and doing a bit of research, that's the time to open up your bank account. Okay. Hey Jim, how are you, mate? Good to see you there. So if you open up your bank account while you're here, which you can do easy, don't worry about what you see in the forums and things like that. Okay, you'll need to pay an agent to do it for you, but they'll do it and it's done in an hour. Okay, when I got mine done about 4 years ago, I was in Pattaya. I went to a visa agent. I walked in the door, said I need a Bangkok bank account. He said no problem. They just want to put 500 baht in there, right? Which is like nothing, 20 bucks. So straight away, he got one of his staff members to walk across the street into the mall where there's a Bangkok bank. I took a seat, sat down. I was there for about half an hour. They come over, did all the paperwork. I signed about 12 different pieces of paper and gave my 500 baht. They put it in the bank. Done. All right. I walked back. I had my Bangkok bank card, which I'll show you here. This is the same original card here. So that's it there. Okay. And it also came with a health insurance thing too that gives you a discount, but I don't have that on me. And that was it. And then straight away, and the app on your phone. You put the app on your phone and it's just like any other banking app. Everything's in English, it's not an issue. And you just transfer your funds. I use Wise. Highly recommend Wise, like most people. The link will be is in the description for to set up a Wise account. You link that up with your home bank account. You transfer your money across. I think if you use that link in the description, you don't pay any fees on your first couple of transfers. You'll actually save some money in that. It's quite good. And you do that and transfer your money across. Or, like I did too, is I used to fly over here and bring cash. You can bring, I think it's up to about 10,000 US dollars in cash before you have to declare it. So I used to just come and bring cash over and then walk into I went and changed the money if the rate was better than what the bank's offering from one of the street exchange places. And or then just go into a branch and deposit your money and you're done. And then once it's in your phone on the app, which I can't show you because I'm on it here, you can access that, pay your bills, pay everything. I'm paying for this on it, whatever. I'm going to keep eating this because I don't want it to get cold. And it's very nice. So do it with an agent, all right? It might cost you $100, $150, the cost of the agent, but it's done, mate. It's done. You just do it and you're no problem. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. You've got enough things to think about. Moving here, starting a new life, to be worried about bank accounts and, in my case, doing your visa and stuff as well. I actually had a guy comment recently on my retirement visa video. He asked an interesting question. It was, how much does it cost for a retirement visa? And to be honest, I don't even know. I went through an agent. I paid what the agent's fees was, but their fees were for everything they did. All the hundreds of photocopies and paperwork and all the bank statements and all the requirements that I needed to do, that was all in that fee. But to do it on your own and walk into an immigration office and get I keep saying, most people say retirement visa. There is actually no such thing as a retirement visa. It's called an extension of stay for retirement purposes. Okay. Hello, Dazar. How are you? Welcome. Another name I don't recognize. Yeah, say hello. Let me know where you're from. Yeah, so there's no retirement visa. It's called an extension of stay for retirement purposes, which is why it has the retirement stamp on it. but it's just a 12-month extension, and you have to renew it every 12 months. So I don't know what the cost is to do that. If you go to immigration and extend your tourist visa or whatever other visa that you might have, it's always 1900 baht. I don't know for how long, but that's the price for every visa extension. It's just a 1900 baht. So I'm guessing that your retirement visa, extension of stay visa, is just 1900 baht. You know, of course, you've got all the paperwork and stuff, so it's not quite that simple. I do know that next year, when I do it on my own, without an agent, it is just 1900 baht to get the next 12-month extension. Okay, so that's easy. But so for me, using an agent was just simple. It's just because I had everything else happening, finding a condo, renting a condo, rental contracts, going through a real estate agent, working out where here I'm going to live, what the location I want to move into, because you've got to sign a 12-month lease. So straight up, you're locking yourself into 12 months. So you want to know this is the place for you, which didn't take long to find. But just getting familiar, because it had been about 10 years since I've been to Chiang Mai last, and that was only as a tourist travelling through, so I don't remember much. So a visa, paying for an agent, just took all that stress away from me, and that can be the most stressful thing you'll do, is applying for that visa the first time. All right. You'll get people that'll go, oh, you know, do it yourself. Well, these are people who have been here for years and know the process. All right. I know the process now that the agent's done it. So next time I will, you know, do it on my own. So there you go. We said Dazar, Dave. Hello, Dave from Chiang Mai, CM. You're at Central Airport. Catch up. Oh, excellent, mate. Yes, Central Airport is the big shopping centre out near the airport there. My favourite one, actually. I really like going to that one. More than Central Festival, the one over this side, or even the Maya shopping centre is, yeah, I tend to get lost in that place. And Jim saying, forgot to say thanks for inviting me into the chat today, Pete. Yeah, always a good time chatting. Yeah, you're welcome. No problem, mate. We're going to do it again next week. So, yes, 1900 baht per year for DIY retirement visa. That's right. You know, the only reason you would not use a do-it-yourself each year is if you don't have the 800,000 baht. Okay, if you don't have 800,000 baht in the bank account, there are ways where going through an agent, they'll cover that for you. Okay, the fact is that an agent will cover that amount in your bank account. They will put that money in your bank account during the application process. So you're covered, and then they'll take it back, of course, but that's part of the deal. Now, I can tell you now that I go through Assist Thai Visa. That's who I went through. They won't do that. Okay? They won't cover your money. I mean, it's not a legal practice. Legally, you can get in trouble for it. And if that agent gets in trouble for anything and they get pulled up with all their customers on their books, and then it drags everybody in that they've helped out in that way, you could lose your visa. All right? So I can tell you that Assist Thai Visa up here in Chiang Mai, they don't do that, all right? They won't give you that 800,000. You need to have that money there. All they do is streamline the whole thing and make it process stress-free for you, where you don't have to do anything. Okay. All right, how are we going? Very late in the UK. Yeah, I bet it is. Yeah. There's Trip on Two Wheels. How, mate? You're back again after harassing me all morning on Messenger, talking. That's okay. It's 3:20 a.m. is it? Oh geez, look at that. Is that a luxury hotel you're at? Yes, it is. Yes, I'm in the lobby bar, eating my toasted ham cheese grill. Very nice. I've got a cappuccino over there also. Oh God, I see. Dazza. I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. Of course we did. We caught up. You've changed your name. No wonder. There you go. Okay, yes, we did catch up. Curious, did you end up getting your tax number, Thai tax number? I've decided I'm not going to bother with it. I just don't want to be on their radar if I did get it. So, but I don't think it's not an issue. Tax is not an issue for me here. No, that's great. And like you, we both went through the drive-through when we did our first 90-day reporting, and that all worked out perfect, in and out in 5-10 minutes. So really good. Those 90 days come around quick though. Yaklama. I'm getting my final stage of my retirement visa for the first time. Okay. The Chiang Mai immigration people have been so helpful and lovely. Yeah, good. They are. You just need patience. That's the secret, is patience. There we go. That was nice. Right. Yeah, staying under the radar. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, there's no need to rush for anything about that. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah, the patience is what it's about. I mean, I went to, what was that for? Oh, that's right. I got my new Australian passport because my other one had expired. So the embassy sent me my new Australian one after I did all the application for it. And I went over to immigration to do that, thinking this will be easy. Shouldn't be there more than an hour. All I need to do is get my retirement extension of stay and the other stamps transferred and put into the new passport. Because obviously when you're issued a new passport, then your old passport is no longer valid. Okay, so I needed those current stamps moved across. There was just one piece of paper I filled out, no problem, and I was told to go and you just give it to them and wait, and then they hand back your new passport with your old one, and the new passport's got your new stamps in it. Well, 7 hours later, unbelievable. I timed it bad to begin with because I went there during the lunch break. Well, there was a lunch break in the process, so it was 2 hours. So 2 hours I had to go for a walk to the shopping centre, the airport shopping centre, and hang around, and then go back for another 2.5 hours as I sat there for them slowly processing everybody. It's ridiculous, you go up there, you give your passports and your paperwork, then you go take a seat. And instead of them calling up the next number and getting them to give their passport and so forth, no, they just wait and they work on yours. They give it to somebody out in the back room who's probably asleep and they don't want to wake him up. And then when he gets around to it, he'll put the stamps in there, bring it back out, then the girl will finally call you back up, 45 minutes later, and give you your thing and you're done. And then they'll call the next number, right? But this is like 2 hours to process each person, not including the 2-hour lunch break that I had to wait for. So, immigration out at the airport has a coffee shop, thank God for that. So that's all good. Yeah. Michael asking, can I ask why Chiang Mai? Let me have a sip of my coffee before it gets... Oh, that's nice. Needs sugar, but that's okay. That's okay. All right. Um, why Chiang Mai? Um, right. The reason is that you might think, all right, I came from Sydney. I lived in Queensland on the Gold Coast, surfers paradise. I love beaches, and there's no beaches in Chiang Mai. But there's a great swimming pool, okay, and there's waterfalls to go to, and there's rivers. So I'm not missing the beaches. I don't drink, so the pub scene is not my thing. So places down south like Hua Hin, Pattaya, they're not my scene. It doesn't interest me. They're too touristy there. What can you do in Pattaya other than go to the girls, go to the massages, go to the pubs? Then what? The beach is on the Gulf of Thailand anyway, and there's no waves. You might as well be on a lake, so you're not going to go surfing or anything like that. And not only that, but when I was down there last year, I was at an island called Koh Chang, beautiful island. I ran out into the surf off the beach, ran out into the water there. Oh my God, it was hotter than a bathtub. Nothing refreshing whatsoever. I'm like standing there, chest deep, in like a hot bath. And I thought, nah. Walk back out, up the sand, back to my hotel and jump in the nice cool swimming pool. And that said it for me. I said, if I was living near beaches in one of those other places, I would never use the beach. I'm happy with the pool. The other reason with Chiang Mai is that it's very cultural up here. There's some amazing monasteries and temples to visit. And it's just slower life up here, and it's not far to explore from. I mean, where else in Thailand can you hop on a motorbike and be within 20-30 minutes heading into the mountains? Because the whole of Chiang Mai is in a bowl surrounded by mountains, and in every direction is just a new adventure and amazing sights and places to go and visit. So places, no one else has that. We don't have the pollution and the traffic of Bangkok, and this is more a place to settle and just live. If I wanted to take a holiday, sounds funny, but if I wanted to take a holiday and get away from here, sure, I'll go down to one of the islands, I'll go to Bangkok, I'll go and visit those places, but not for me to live. Okay, so that's why I chose here. Thailand's huge. What attracted you specifically there? Yeah, well, they're pretty much the reasons. Although, having said that, I haven't experienced tourist season, like the high season here. And I've been told that Chiang Mai gets really, really busy in October, November, December. So we'll see what happens then. Okay, at the end of the rainy season, it gets hugely full of tourists and stuff, so we'll see. But right now, when I'm walking around, there's no tourist buses, and I don't really see many. You see the odd backpackers with their backpacks walking around, but it's very quiet. And things like that, when you go visit places, there's no crowds, there's no people. You've got the place to yourself. The temples are quiet, the viewpoints up on the mountains are good. There's no, you're not dealing with traffic. The zoo, not that I go back there again. Ben Hill, hey, hello mate, welcome. Are they relaxed if you accidentally overstay on 60 days? If you overstayed only 60 days, are they relaxed if I accidentally overstayed? If you overstayed by 60 days, you're in big trouble. As far as I know, you may end up with a 12-month ban on coming back. 60 days is a long time. Or did you overstay on a 60-day visa? I'm not sure. But yeah, there's quite a decent sized fine per day. I don't know how much, but 60 days is, yeah, there's a story there. What happened? Yeah. Ben Hill, yeah, you want to find out about, check up on that, mate. Dazza saying, yeah, I visited Hua Hin for last week. Okay, made me appreciate Chiang Mai more. Really? Okay. Trip on two wheels if he's still there. He's planning to come over here in the next couple of months, and he's going to come visit me, of course, but he's also going to go to Hua Hin as well. He's trying to decide which of the two places he wants to live when he moves over here permanently. They're completely different worlds. Completely. Right. So, and don't forget, when you rent here, you can rent for 6 months or 12 months. You get a better rate if you rent for 12 months. Okay? So I rented for 12 months. I've been here 6 months already almost. So, you know. So when my 12 months is up in May next year, there's nothing stopping me from renting a condo somewhere for 12 months somewhere else. I might want to go to Bangkok, Pattaya, Hua Hin, Korat, out in Isan, somewhere else. I mean, it's not like you're here forever. Although I can honestly say I really like the place where I am living, and I will definitely, most 99% chances I'll renew the lease for another 12 months where I am. In fact, in about 2 years from now, when I get my superannuation, I'm going to be in the market looking for buying a condo myself. And I seen one here that I was looking at the description of the one that was one for sale, and then I realised that it's somebody I've met that lives here, an American that owns a business in town. He's on the top floor, all right? He's on the top floor. I think it's the 18th floor. Okay, it's a 1-bedroom condo. It's the same layout as mine, fully renovated, full new appliances. Your microwave, your fridge, everything is all brand new. All the furnishings is all brand new. You're on the top floor with views. I think the views are out over this way, over the river, towards the city and Doi Satep, which is the mountain overlooking Chiang Mai. Perfect. I mean, God, why is it for sale now instead of when I'm looking late? So he wanted, if I remember, I think it was 1.6 million Thai baht. Very good price. Very good price. The reason he's selling it is his Thai wife's. They have a looks like about an 8-month-old baby, and now she's pregnant with her second one, and it's just too small for them, so they're moving somewhere to buy a house. But yeah, that's a good investment, that one, I think. Investment as in if you're ready to settle down and permanently move and live in one spot. Okay, I wouldn't be buying it and renting it out because you don't get much for rent. But if I owned here, I wouldn't be paying rent anymore. So my rent is 8,000 a month, which is actually due tomorrow. So 8,000 Thai baht a month. Well, I wouldn't have to pay any rent anymore, would I? If I, and of course, remember, this is Thailand, so you're not going to be getting finance. If you're buying a condo in Thailand, you're paying cash up front. So, yeah, you won't be paying off a loan either. Eklama saying, I nearly ran out of time to get my re-entry permit last week. Oh, lesson for next time. Don't leave it till the last minute. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. There's a thing about these re-entry permits. When you leave the country, for whatever reason, if I had to whip back to Australia for some reason, or I wanted to go over to Cambodia and Phnom Penh for a week or something, I need to get a re-entry permit, because if I don't, it voids my extension of stay retirement visa. And when I come back in, I have to go through that whole process again of applying for that visa. So you've got to always remember to get that re-entry permit. Yakla say yes, there is a beach in Chiang Mai, and there's even a Grand Canyon there. Oh, very good. Yeah. Excuse me. This is very good. Better than the 7-Eleven toasted sandwich, I must admit. Okay. Yes, I've been to the beach here. I did a video on it. It's like a reservoir with sand and deck chairs and, umbrellas set up and everything. And it's quite good. Only problem is you can't swim there. Okay. There's no swimming there. Now, this Grand Canyon, I've seen someone else's video about that. And it's like a big water park set up in a valley. But I've also heard it's very expensive. And when this person, I don't remember whose channel it was on, he walked along, he decided, no, I'm not going to pay that to go in there, which is fair enough. And he videoed over the fence looking down there. And to be honest, it doesn't look like many people go there either. So, yeah, it wasn't cheap. It was like, you'd be up for about 700 baht for the day or something. So, yeah, Western prices for a tourist attraction. Yeah. So, no, I don't think I'll be going there. Michael's saying, I've heard the northern food is more authentic. We love Thai food. Yeah, it is a bit different, but I'm not really a food critic in any way. I can't eat spicy food. I just don't enjoy spicy food. But up here you've got pad thai and a few other things that they're quite nice and not spicy. But Chiang Mai is very well known for its food. So you can come up here and do a cooking class and stuff like that, for sure. So yes, Chiang Mai is a good home base. I think so, yeah. Trip on Two Wheels saying, yes, but where do you go to meet the hot chicks? Mate, this is Thailand. Step out the driveway of your condo onto the street and there they are. It's simple as that. They're going past on their scooters, they're in all the cafes, they're selling coffee in the coffee shops, they're in the markets. This place is eye candy, like just beautiful place like that. Yeah, it's Thailand, that's what it's famous for. Attractive young girls and very nice, caring ones too. Just got to be a bit careful sometimes, don't we, Trip? Just make sure they are girls. So they're around. There's someone for everybody. I'm not looking, guys. You know that. I've said this before. I'm not looking. I mean, I'm looking, yes. How can you not look? But I'm not touching, all right? I don't want to get in a relationship right now, okay? I can't see myself getting into any serious relationship, at least for the next 2.5 years, until I collect my superannuation. Because right now, for these 2.5 years, I'm living on a budget that I've budgeted for as a single person. Okay? And if someone else coming into my life, they're going to have to pay their own way. And that's probably unlikely, isn't it? So, that's it, Daza, agree, Chiang Mai is easy living. Don't feel as much of a tourist as other places. For sure, for sure. Yeah. And don't forget, you are a foreigner in this country, okay? Now, that's something that you got to get used to. I've travelled for the last 20 years all over the world, and I know what it's like to be a foreigner in another country. I'm not putting anything bad against Australians, but a lot of Australians, in my opinion, 20 years ago were very racist. They were very protective of the Australian way and the Australian culture, and they didn't like other nationalities coming in and being in their face and buying businesses and being successful if they weren't, you know. So, but a lot of these Australians have never left the country themselves and seen what other countries are like to live in. And if you had an opportunity to come to a Western country, whether it be Europe or America or Australia, New Zealand, wherever, from an Asian country or an African country or wherever, for a better life, damn well you'd do it, wouldn't you? You would. You'd take that opportunity. But unfortunately, people, yeah, they just, I mean, look what happened. I'm not going to go into it at all, but look what happened in the UK. It probably still is. I don't watch the news at all, but I do overhear things. And you know, I mean, that's been building up for a long time. But as a foreigner in this country, you're always going to be looked at and treated as a foreigner. When I tell you that unit up there for sale for 1.6 million baht, that's a foreigner price. A foreigner bought that for a foreigner price. Now he has to sell that hopefully to a foreigner for a foreigner price, because if it was a Thai person buying from another Thai person, that exact same unit would most likely sell for about 1.3 million, 1.2 million. There's that big difference between being Thai and being a foreigner and the prices. Now, I understand that if I'm going to buy a condo here and it's through a real estate agent, you know, or the building management, unless it's being directly done through another foreigner, you're probably going to get ripped off a little bit. But buy something like that on the top floor of over a view like this, 20-minute walk from the city center of the city, with everything you want around it in any Western country, you'd be up for millions, literally millions of dollars, US or Australian. Not like, you know, $100,000 or $200,000, you know, and of course fully furnished, ready to move in, right down to the cutlery in the drawers and the plates in the cupboard and the bed sheets. It's all there. You just need to bring your clothes in your bag. So, you know, it's amazing. All tied up. Chiang Mai is much more chilled out, but can get a bit full on in high season. Yeah, I'll find out about that, won't I, when it happens. The city will be my base, but we'll visit all over the province and the north. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm visiting. It's funny, isn't it? You can go to different areas and go, right, I'm going to go for a walk here, or I'm going to go for a ride here, and you'll always discover new things. You know, I mean, the other day when I went to that skywalk, all right, I went over to that skywalk. I got down there at 8 o'clock in the morning when it opened, did my video, got up there, braved it, and all the rest, and then I realised it's only 9:30. What am I going to do the rest of the day? Jump on Google Maps, what's to see around Lampang, which is where I was, 30 minutes south, and boom, these things came up, and the place called the White Bridge and the tunnel. Thought, oh yeah, it's another 30 minutes away, I'll go right there and have a look. And sure enough, another amazing spot, and there's more and more and more, and it just goes on and on. So I don't think I'll be avoiding riding around too many big tourist buses on those roads in high season. Yum. It's good. I keep saying it's good. It's cold now, but it's still good. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that funny? I'm so used to doing this on the computer. I'm looking for my mouse. My hand's going down trying to find the mouse. All right, let's scroll up the chat a bit. Yeah, I want to go up further north up to Pai and then do that circuit up there, that motorbike ride circuit all the way around, where you do that over a day or two. You can do that. Like I say, my wife likes quiet living. Yeah, I still enjoy people and being connected to society. Yeah, well, you can have both here. You can make it as quiet as you want, you know. If you're coming with your wife, I don't know if you've got kids at all, but if you're coming with a family, consider renting a house too. There's house options as well. So for a bit more space, if you like to have a yard and a garden and that sort of thing, maybe a house might be more suitable. There are some really nice homes around here. A little bit trickier to find. If you go through Perfect Homes, they can help, especially if you're looking for a condo. But Perfect Homes will also help you look for houses, although they're probably not that many on their books. If you really want to find places like houses to rent, there's a marketplace on Facebook. There's a Chiang Mai rentals group, specifically house rentals as well. You can go through that. But I would recommend using an agent, because they'll make sure that the contract is all legit, the owner is the actual owner and all that, and you know, everything is taken care of. So with Perfect Homes up here, I was just stunned by the quality of service they provided, and it costs you nothing. Not one part of the process of renting a condo up here, other than the cost of the rent and your deposit, will cost you anything. That's all on the landlord. So all you do, and I've said this before, is you walk into that agent, for example, don't even need an appointment. Just walk in there, sit down on the lounge, have a water, and they'll come out and you basically say, right, I'm looking for a place in this area. I want about this size of a place. I want it to be close to this. I want a swimming pool, or I don't. I want a gym, or I don't. I want all the things you really want. All right, and they will go through all their listings, and then ring you back within a couple of hours, and say, right, either that afternoon or the next day, we've got 4 or 5 that suit all your requirements. Let's meet you there and go and have a look at them. So the girls will meet you there, give you the address, and you'll meet there and take a look. And when you find one you want, say okay and start process. And within 5 days of finding the condo I wanted, I signed the contract, paid the deposit, 2 months, it's usually a 2-month deposit, and a month rent up front if it's a 12-month rental you're doing. And that was all done, and I was moved in. And like I said, it's got a coffee jug, it's got a hot plate or an oven, it's got everything. Your fridge is there. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. You just bring your bag and unpack, and you're living there. So, but yeah, you know, you'll love it. You'll love it. Don't let your coffee go cold. I know. I'm not, you know. Like I say, the topic of the video is money, you know, and it's all up to your own individual budgets, and you really do need to work out a budget before you come here, so you know what to expect, and really try to spend some time in Thailand before you decide to move here. Things may not suit you, the climate may not suit you. If you're from the UK or a place that can be cold, I know it gets warm there too, but you know what I mean. And you come here and it's like 43 degrees Celsius, you know, that could be a decision maker right there. The humidity, just, who knows, the food, you may have problems with things. You've really got to come here first and do a budget and know what things cost. It's going to be a lot cheaper, obviously a lot cheaper than in the West. I just went out and bought an air fryer, a Philips air fryer, so a well-known brand name. It's a 4.2 litre, so it's a good size one. I can put a whole chicken in that and cook it. And that cost me 1,800 baht, about $100. That's all that cost me. And yet I was talking to my sister on the phone, and she's saying back in Australia there, that same very similar one, not the exact model number, but very similar one, was about $600, $600. So, you know, things are much cheaper over here. So, you know, but you got to do a budget. We get 22 baht to 1 New Zealand dollar. Yeah, I average it's about 23 to 24 baht to the Australian dollar. So I basically look at 100 baht is $5. That's how I work it in my head. You know, I'm gonna have another bite of my cold but nice sandwich. So I just work that out and think that way. But what you'll find, okay, so your budget's going to be 100,000 Thai baht a month for the next 25 years. Is that enough? 2 people, 50,000 a head a month. Yes, it is. Definitely. Your rental's probably at the upper end for 2 people. You know, you obviously don't want a studio condo. You'd want a separate 1-bedroom condo. And a decent size, older building will get you a decent size for a good, better price. Your rent's only going to be around about 12,000 baht a month. That's going to come out of your 100K. You got 90 left. That's plenty, no problem. You live like that, not a problem at all. Okay, so yeah, very, very doable. Just remember, up front when you first come here, you'll be spending more than you think. Okay, so since I've been here, I've been way over my budget because I've bought an air fryer. I had to buy a new jug. I had to buy a new computer, right? A new computer and monitor and stuff. Paying for my visa fees up front with the agent. Your 2 months rent deposit and your month in advance. There's some expenses that come up initially when you come here, but once you settle here and you start getting onto that level where I've just in this month coming down to a stable amount I'm spending per week, per fortnight, per month, that yeah, it's within my budget now. Okay, it's like going to 7-Eleven and buying bottles of water. You might pay 12 baht to 22 baht. It sounds cheap, you know, less than $1 or $1 for a bottle of water. That's 500 ml or less, maybe 375 ml, right, out of the fridge. So that's $1 for a bottle of water. I go to my condo and get water from the foyer in 20-litre drums, and I take them up to my condo, and I've just started that. So one of those 20 litres lasted me for 5 weeks. 5 weeks of fresh drinking water. All I did was, there we go. So there's my Assist Thai Visa bottle that they gave me, and I just topped that up with my fresh water from my condo. I've got a bigger bottle as well. And how much did that 20 litres cost me that lasted 5 weeks? 30 baht. Just over $1. You know? So you'll catch on things like that you know, good to budget. What about spicy chicks? Trip on 2 wheels. Do you like spicy chicks? No, I told you I don't like spicy chicken. I don't like spicy chicken at all. I can't eat hot food. A girl was walking by the other day and said, no spicy, no nice, no spicy. Something like that, I think it had on her shirt. Peter wants a wife. I don't. Look, I bought an air fryer. Now you tell me, what do I need a wife for? Last night, I threw 3 chicken wings and some French fries from the frozen French fries into that. Set it for 20 minutes. Dinner's done. I don't need a wife. Huh. Oh. You know, I married an air fryer. Yeah, Kalama's right. Easy to find a poultry farm in Chiang Mai. Plenty of young chicks there and old boilers. Yeah, that's a strip up here where there's a poultry farm. It's that road, I can't remember the name of it, it's got all the pubs in it. You can just walk along there. I've got to tell you though, some of the young chicks are old boilers themselves. It is off season, so I guess, there's not much business around. You're getting hungry, Jim. Am I making you hungry? I've nearly finished my coffee too. I've just finished look, it's all gone. I'm not going to eat my greens. I'm not a greens person, so that can stay. Cheers. All right. We got 3 years ago, New Zealand felt like China. Now it feels like India. Immigrants. Yeah. Look, the world is changing. Even Thailand's changing. Prices have gone up here in Thailand as well. Okay. So it has gone up. It's got more expensive, but for somebody who's not working on it as a Thai local on a Thai income, it's negligible, isn't it? You're not going to notice. And plus, don't forget, and I find this with a lot of countries, that people don't understand that it's hard to save up and do what people like me have done. All right? I saved my ass off saving money. I worked my ass off and saved every spare cent I could for 5 years in Australia, in Sydney, to be able to afford to live here without working for 3 years. Actually for 4 years, because I was originally planning to come here earlier, but for 4 years. And then when COVID hit, right, everything skyrocketed. The prices went through the roof for everything, and it started to become, those amount of savings which was doing. I mean, I was on a shit income. I was working as a truck driver, and I wasn't earning a lot of money, right? But I was still managing to bank about 500 a fortnight on a good fortnight's pay, after putting money away for your bills and that. But then after COVID hit and the prices started going up, that 500 became 400, 300. That's like $150 a week was all I'm saving, and I'm thinking, my God, this is going to take me 10 years to save the money I require to live in Thailand for 3 or 4 years. Which is one reason why I came over here early and decided to live on a cheaper budget, because the longer I stayed in Australia, in Sydney, the harder and more expensive it was getting to save. And until it would have got to the point where I wouldn't be saving anything, I'd be just stuck there, So I got out. And that's in America's the same thing. Everybody else. Fred, hello Fred Luther, how are you? You're speaking facts. I just got back from Pattaya. Hey, how's Pattaya? Yeah, I watch the videos from people down in Pattaya. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they don't run out of subjects to do YouTube videos on. These YouTubers down there, there's Mr. Egg and a few other well-known ones down there. It's just it's the same thing, day after day after day after day. Like, I couldn't do that. I need to feed my mind with new things. One thing I hate about Australia and working in Australia is you get into this habit. Your alarm goes off. You have the same thing for breakfast, You go to work, you do the same thing at work. You come home, you cook, You watch the same thing on TV. You do this on your computer. You're in a habit, creature of habit. Here, nothing like that. I don't want to get into any set routine, you know. But yeah, I see them down there, you know. I think, wow, yeah, I couldn't live in places like that. It's just not for me. Other people, good on them, you know. What else we got? Yakla. My Thai girlfriend is, what do we got? Is purchasing manager in the relationship. Oh yes, hate paying the Farang price. Yes, that's true. You know, it depends. You know, like most places you go have a price written on them, okay? Even most markets you go through, they'll have the price written there. So you know you're paying what everyone else is paying in the markets. All right, I go buy bananas down here. They're going to cost me for about 15 bananas on one, you know, whatever you call it, you know, strand. And it's going to cost me 80 baht. And that's written on there, okay? That's the price, whether I'm a Farang or a Thai person, that's what it's going to cost. So I'm not getting ripped off. Tourist attractions, there are prices for one for the other, one for one for the other, and quite a substantial difference too. But it's displayed and shown. I mean, look at the zoo, for example, all right? The zoo was 3 times the price for a foreigner to go into. But even then, if I compared Chiang Mai Zoo cost of going in to Taronga Zoo in Sydney, it's still half the price, okay? But then of course, Taronga Zoo in Sydney has animals. Chiang Mai Zoo does not have animals. So, I mean, that's what you go to the zoo to see, isn't it? Animals. So, and yet I'm paying 3, nearly 4 times the price of a local to go in and see the same thing. So I wasn't impressed with the Chiang Mai Zoo. I haven't really come across anything else with a large price gap difference, other than what we talked about, buying property and so forth. But that's a different thing. 100k would be good living in Chiang Mai. Oh, for sure. All relative. Some, well, everybody's different. It's all individual thing. Yeah, I'm under 40k most months as a couple. Yeah, for sure. It is. It's all individual and up to everybody's individual circumstances. You know, I mean, because I came over here early and I'm on not a tight budget, but I'm on a very doable budget. I mean, look here, look, you know, I mean, if you want to, you can always jump into the description below and buy me a coffee. You buy me a coffee or two from the link down there in the description. You'll have just shouted me my breakfast, okay? But if you compare that, if I don't come here and eat this anymore and I have my breakfast out in the street, then your coffee or two that you just bought me will cover my breakfast for the next 4 days. You see? So it's all relative to, it's easy to live well and eat well and do everything else well on a lower budget. No problem. And of course my YouTube channel. I mean, you know, it's a fact that YouTube generates an income, small income. I'll be honest with you, I have 2 YouTube channels and I only cleared under $200 this month, okay? $200. But that's my rent almost. That's 2/3 of my rent paid. So the money goes a long way, you know. I'm trying to save up for a new DJI Action microphone so we can have better audio. In fact, I'm actually after the whole new camera now as well. That's going to cost me about 14,000 Thai baht. So we're looking at about $500-600. So little expenses and things like that pop up. And of course, that's an extreme example because that's something that's a Western product at a Western price. That's probably what they cost anywhere in the world. Okay, I understand that. But it's something moving forward because I want my channel to grow and I need to provide the best quality I can. And it makes my job easy as a creator, creating the videos with better equipment. Nothing worse for me than sitting in front of my computer for 3 or 4 hours minimum doing the editing of a video. If I've got the sound all spot on because I've got good microphones and my video color quality and everything is looking good because I've got a good camera, then all I have to work on then is just the editing and the content and putting it all together, and that saves me a lot of work. So there you go. Hint, hint. Join, become a member of the channel. Yes. Poetry. An agent in Thailand. Did I skip someone there? Hang on a second. Michael. Oh, Daz is saying to Michael, 100k would be good living in Chiang Mai, all relative. Yeah, that's right. Some may not. Yeah. Poetry. An agent in Thailand recommended getting the retirement visa in your home country before moving to Thailand. It would be less expensive. No, it wouldn't be. It would not be. Reasons. You still have the requirements plus more. Okay, plus more. You need to have health insurance, and I'm not talking just travel insurance. You need to have like a 12-month insurance plan, and there's minimum amounts of insurance, and you can only pick from the government-approved plans for that visa, which are not the cheapest options out there. Now, there was talk of them lowering that because what happened was during COVID, that all went up and got expensive because of the extra cost of insurance. Obviously, if you come down with COVID, so they all went up by, you had to have cover for 4 million Thai baht or something, and it was more expensive. There was talk of them lowering that to what it was pre-COVID. I think it's 400,000 cover or something. So maybe that would be all right. But you need to have that organised as part of your application from your home country. Also, criminal record check. Okay, you need to have that. That's not required when you're applying in Thailand for your extension of stay retirement visa. Now, the reason that can be a big thing for people is because you may not have a criminal record, right? Or maybe you 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 4 years ago, you might have got involved in something that you're innocent of, okay? And it was thrown out at court. It was dismissed, right? Problem is, and I can't speak for other countries, but in Australia, is that if you were charged, if these charges were put to you, okay, then that's on your record. So you were charged for these offences, even though you were not convicted, but they're on your record and they stay there on that record for whatever time that is. And that, even though you proved yourself innocent, you're free, you're right, you never went to jail or anything like that, but you're innocent. When they do a check and they see that you had those charges against you, innocent or not, that's not what they're looking for. They will just see those charges there and you won't get your visa. All right, it's not that you've been convicted. If you've been convicted, all right, of a criminal offence, sure, good luck getting a visa, all right? Good luck travelling anywhere. But if you've only been charged for offences, whatever they are, whatever seriousness they are, but when you went to court they were thrown out, they're still considered on your criminal record check. Okay, so be aware of that. All right. So there you go. Unless, and speaking for somebody that I know that it happened to, when you're in court and those charges get thrown out, you need to ask the judge or the magistrate to strike them from your record. You physically have to verbally ask them to do that. And they can decide yes or no, depending on the seriousness or not. But you need to make sure that you would tell them that, because you have plans of going overseas or whatever, getting a job. It's pretty tough on people that have been charged for things that were never convicted, and yet those charges are still showing up when employers do criminal checks on their applicants for jobs. Anyway, WIFE is an acronym for washing, ironing, food and entertainment. Very good. Yes. Okay. Model tank guy. Okay, guy. Let's buy Peter a coffee. Yeah, an iced coffee, because it looks quite warm outside right now. The sun's out. The clouds are clearing a bit. The sky's looking blue. Yeah, I don't know. We've been going for a while. We'll go for another 5-10 minutes. But and hopefully my Bangkok Bank app will work so I can pay my bill here. That's okay. I'll work something out. I don't have any cash. All I've got, is 20 baht, Like most of the time, you don't carry cash. Everything's PayWave on your phone, or scan, as they say, on your phone here. Even the ATM card for your bank account here, you would rarely scan or use that. You don't even use it in the ATM machines. You can do cardless. You don't even take it out of your wallet. You just walk up with your phone and open the app and go dun 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 dun, hit cardless on the ATM machine, and it spits you out the money. And that is a good tip for you guys over here. If you do cashless ATM withdrawals through the app on your phone, I can only speak for Bangkok Bank for this, you don't pay any withdrawal fees. Okay, you skip. There's no withdrawal fee. But if you actually physically put your card in there and do a withdrawal, you'll get charged a withdrawal fee. There's Reckham, New Zealand, NZ. Thanks for posting videos around Chiang Mai. I'm there in September, and definitely go to the Tetris coffee place. Yeah, wasn't that a great spot, eh? Really nice. Really nice couple there. Beautiful views, beautiful countryside. Definitely worthwhile. It's a fair way safe, but even the drive there is really nice. And if you get a chance, go a little 7 kilometres further on through the national park to the tunnel. It's just called the tunnel, White Tunnel, I think. I'm not sure, but there's a whole train. You saw the video, the platforms there. Yeah, and there's places like that everywhere. Coffee shops are just incredible in this country. People have such imaginative ideas and design some amazing places. The number of treehouse coffee shops here is incredible too. Once you get up in the mountains, some really elaborate restaurants that are actually up in the trees. Incredible. John Sita, hello, I'm Katie, Trippo girlfriend. Nice to meet you. Oh, hello. Well, how about that? Did I pronounce that right? John Sita, is that right? Katie, we'll call you Katie. Well, how about that? Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and good on you. That's great. He's looking forward to meeting you and getting over here. Sooner the better. I'm doing my best to convince him to come on over. So I mean, me and Troop have only just met on YouTube. In fact, he gave me a very good lot of consultation advice on my YouTube channel, so I owe him a lot. So good on you. So there we go. Good on you. Thank you. We're getting close to those 2,000 subscribers. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be a big party on my own, but it'll be a big party. we'll see. We might do a live stream party. How's that? I might even have a beer. I might even have a Chiang beer. How's that? When I hit 2,000 subscribers. There's Dazza to poetry. If in Australia, get the 90-day non-O in Australia, come over, then 1 year extension for 1900 baht, or the non-OA. Non-O is better option. No police check or medical. That's right. Yeah. See, yeah, that's right. You can change it after the 12 months. That's fine. Iced coffee price just went up. Well, no, it's still $5. It's only 5 Aussie dollars. So that's like probably $3.10 American. It's probably only about 50p in pound. The pound's doing quite well. No, it's probably about £2 in the UK. New Zealand, well, that probably costs you about $5.50. But that's for joining the channel, okay? But if you just want the buy me coffee link, that's great. I had someone, I won't give out names of who buys me coffee. I'll keep that private, but I will send a thank you. But there was someone who last week bought me a couple of coffees. I'll thank them very much for that. That's my DJI mic fund building up in that coffee account. In reality, it's not really going to go towards coffee. So there we go. Anyway, guys, look, I'm going to finish up here. I've just about got the end of my coffee, and it's been quite good. And yeah, I'm really, for those who didn't see, I'll just turn the camera around. You can have a quick look at where I am. So down in the distance, we're on the, see that brown sludge? That's the, you know, that's the Ping River flowing down. You can just see the edge of the condo where I live down there. And then here's this really nice lobby bar that we're at here. See? And we're right in the corner, so outside those windows there is the hospital, really good hospital. And yeah, so this is the Centara. They have a gym membership that includes a swimming pool here, which is not a bad price. The longer you buy the membership, the more you save. But it was something like 2,700 baht, so about $100 for about a 3-month membership. And you can come and go as you like. There we go. You can come and go as you like. There's also a spa and sauna you get to use as well. So we'll see. Anyway, my next live will be same time. I do this live every weekend, so it'll be the same time, 9 a.m. next week. Next week we'll see what the weather's like. We might go somewhere. We might do a walk, live stream walking, or we might do it from in the condo. We'll see. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching, and thank you to the new people who have subscribed to the channel and helped me get up there to the that 2,000 mark. I'm pretty sure we'll be there. We'll get there another, 25 subscribers or less by then. All right, and I have no idea what the next video is going to be. I've got nothing lined up. Might just hop on the motorbike and go somewhere I haven't been before. All right. That's right, hit that like button. Excellent, guys. All right, well, I'm going to find the button that turns me off here. I think it's that one up there. Should be good. All right, thank you, everybody, and I'll see you all in the next video. All right, have a good weekend wherever you are, the rest of it. All right, bye for now. Cheers.